Hey everybody, it's Tony with Big T Bariatric, and I'm back at you with another reaction video. Today it is Friday. Hallelujah, it's Friday. February 24th. I hope you're having a great day so far. If you could do me a huge favor, please subscribe down below if you've not done so already. Leave a like, leave a comment, let me know what you think about this video. If you're looking for another way to support the channel, I did create a Patreon a few days ago, and what I'm trying to do is raise a few extra dollars so that I can get a few tools that I need to improve the channel. And in order to do that, I thought I would try to earn the money by creating special types of content. Today I'm going to react to Penny, the Manipulator. I've been talking about trying to get a video of her going here for a while, and I just now found a good one. So let's get started right now.
I have to tell you, doctor, when you and I spoke, you ended the call with, "I'm going to help you." Never kicked to me.
My 600-pound life has no shortage of inspirational tales. Largely based around the tragic battle against food addiction, a large percentage of the show's narratives revolve around recovering addicts that are genuinely doing everything in their power to rescue their life. However, there are some cases where our main character is just too downright manipulative for us to root for, and Penny Sager is largely considered to be one of these women. When she first began her weight loss journey,
there's a lot of debate on who's the worst patient on my 600-pound life. I mean, I guess there's not too much debate because everybody's number one is always going to be Stephen Asante. But there's also people like Lisa and Penny and others who are just absolutely manipulative and downright mean.
Penny Sager was only 45 years old, 530-pound woman living in Maryland. She openly admits to being a food addict and says she doesn't even feel like she's alive in her current state.
When you become as heavy as I have, it's hard. Sometimes it feels like I'm dead.
I couldn't even imagine not being able to use the bathroom, and I mean, my bathroom is attached to my bedroom here, so it's just a very short walk. But even then, it was getting difficult for me to get up and go to the bathroom. But to be in her position where I have to have somebody else put pee pads or something on my bed, on my mattress, because I can't even get up to go to the bathroom, I mean, that's next level right there.
Not do the things that normal people take for granted.
Penny described the origins of her food addiction in vague terms, says that she used food for stress eating when she was a kid, adding a pound or two at a time until she eventually weighed 300 pounds when she was still a child.
I started out just like anyone else, and every time I had a problem, it's a pound, 2 pounds, 5 pounds.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of people who use food to help them cope with certain things as they grow up in traumatic situations. I don't know if she was the only one, because it looks like she has, 2 sisters and a brother, and she's the only one who was gaining weight. And so I don't know. I don't know if she had a traumatic childhood like I did, or if she was just someone who just ran to food to help them cope, and the other siblings didn't. I don't know. It's not always a situation where the entire family is overweight. Sometimes it's just that one person, which is my case altogether. So I can't make the excuse that it's genetics because I'm the only big person in my family. But other people ran to different things. There's alcoholism and drug use that has been rampant in my family. And I sort of avoided those because I'm like, I'm not going to drink because my dad was an alcoholic. A lot of family members are alcoholics. I'm going to try to break that, chain right there. But I ended up turning to food. So addiction is a part of my family, and I am breaking that right now so that when I do have a family, I'm not going to have an addiction that I can pass down to my kids.
Just gaining 20 pounds a year. I ended up being close to 300 by the time I was 22 or so.
Her sisters, Christina and Angela, went on to paint a more complete picture.
A lot of it has to do with what she was exposed to with my dad. My dad was very abusive to my mom and to us some.
No kid should have to watch your mom beaten. Penny probably experienced a lot more of it than we did.
Not only
Yeah, that really explains a lot then. She, being the oldest child, it looks like, probably dealt a lot more with the abuse than the younger kids did. So that really led to Penny needing food to sort of cope with that. But at the same time, she probably learned a lot of the manipulative and abusive behaviors from her dad and carried that on into adulthood.
Not only did Penny have to find a way to survive in a truly horrific home environment, but as the oldest, she had to bear most of the burden this had on the family.
She had to bear the brunt of a lot of what we had to go through.
She sheltered her younger sisters to the best of her ability, and it should go without saying that this type of childhood trauma will have a long-lasting effect on anyone's mental health.
Right. Yeah, when you put the weight of that on your shoulders and you're trying to save your younger siblings from that type of abuse, that could be a lot of stress that you need something to help you cope with it. So the other siblings didn't have as much to cope with. They were still probably a part of the abusive situation, but Penny took the most of it and shielded her younger siblings. So right there, that kind of makes her a little bit of a hero and more of a sympathetic person instead of just this manipulator, evil woman.
Right now, I'm her full-time caregiver, so I can't go out and earn money. We're just living on her disability.
Fast forward to present day, and Penny's weight issues have forced Ed to physically be an unemployed stay-at-home caretaker while his family lives off Penny's disability checks.
It seems like one thing after another keeps going wrong. Penny has been in and out of the hospital for the past 2 years, and it is difficult to think that I could lose her.
Penny is
That's another situation that people don't think, especially the fat positive people who say there's no problem with me being overweight. It doesn't hurt anybody being overweight, but not only do you hurt yourself, you hurt the people around you, because then who's going to take care of you? Especially as your health gets out of control, your body starts breaking down. You're going to be 20 years old and perfectly fine, but she's 45 and she can't even get up out of bed. And so her husband needed to quit his job and be a full-time caretaker for her, putting down pee pads on her bed for her, and they're living off of her disability check, which I'm guessing is not a lot of money.
Has spent the last few years in and out of hospital, and it's clear that he truly loves her and wants her to be happy and healthy. Unfortunately, those two conditions appear to be mutually exclusive for Penny.
Penny usually gives me a list for grocery shopping for the house. Chips, soda.
Ed does all the grocery shopping, and both of Penny's sisters say that Ed will do exactly what Penny wants, and if she doesn't like it, he's in trouble.
Yeah, so Penny has herself an enabler who's willing to do whatever he can to support her, including buying all the bad food that she wants at the grocery store. And so in order for him to turn this around, he's going to have to say no. Like, listen, honey, I'm the only person that you have here who's going to take care of you, who's buying you food, who's grocery shopping, who's cooking, who's doing all the cleaning, everything else that you need. If you want my support, if you want me to stay here and help you, you're going to have to turn things around.
He's very stubborn, and Ed does enable her. He buys whatever she tells him. And if he doesn't, he's going to be in trouble.
Even though he knows it's bad for her, he just can't refuse her. Yes, Penny asked for unhealthy food, but this isn't to say that she doesn't want to lose weight.
We're gonna bury her, and Liam's gonna walk beside her casket, probably before he's 10 years old.
I know I need to change because he deserves full-time mom.
It appears as though going on the show was her idea. She loves the kid with all of her heart. That much.
I mean, if you love the kid with all your heart, you're going to do what you can to get up out of bed. Like, that is part of my drive, not just because I want to have kids, but I have nieces who are growing up right now, and I want to be able to play with them and be around with them. You know, I want to see them get married and have families of their own and stuff like that. So, like, why am I going to kill myself and die young and put my food addiction over my family, over everything else that's more important to me?
Is evident. However, we can also tell from her sister's collective testimony that Penny can be very stubborn. We see this come to light as they're on their way down to Texas to meet Dr. Yunan Nauzardan, or Dr. Now as you probably know him.
We're packing up to go to Texas. It's like the last minute. We have to be in the vehicles in like no time. I'm going to be in the back of the van, actually on my hospital mattress.
Once she's in the van, she's not going to be able to get out until she's at the hospital. So we can't really stop anywhere to sleep overnight or anything.
For those of you that don't live in the United States, Maryland is quite a ways away from Texas, so it's going to be a long drive.
We need to do a quick pit stop.
Premium chicken sandwich?
I mean, yeah, if you can't even drive across the country without some major modifications and, you know, needing a van or whatever, like a lot of the patients, they should really travel in a hospital ambulance, right? They shouldn't be driving on their own in their own vehicle, because that adds a lot of stress to the body, especially when you're going and you're going to use the opportunity to eat out as much as you can. She's not saying, hey, I'm going to try to do good so when I get there, I'm not in a bad position. No, they're going to stop many, many times and order out food along the way, which is only going to make the stressful drive even worse.
Crispy or grilled?
Crispy.
Grilled?
Why'd you even have to ask that? You know it's going to be crispy. Ain't no way she's going to order grilled.
Crispy.
Oh, I'm sorry. Make that crispy.
A little bit of lunch. We all needed it so bad.
You can see Ed notably twitch when he got it wrong, and he quickly and anxiously corrects himself to the drive-thru microphone. The next day, Ed and Penny pull into the hospital and talk about how much is riding on the success of this operation.
We gambled with every resource my family has financially. Honestly, if this is a fail, the failure is catastrophic.
Penny herself says that if this fails, it'll be catastrophic, and she enters the hospital with a genuine desire to make the most.
I mean, really, when you're at that end stage there, it's either going to work or it's not. And if it fails, that's pretty much your death, right? Like, there's nothing left that you can do. You're already bedridden, which puts you at the highest risk possible for the surgery. And if it fails, That's it. So it really has no option but to work.
Most of the opportunity in front of her. Dr. Now takes her in right away and notices some interesting behavior. She weighs 530 pounds, which isn't unexpected, but what is unexpected is her reaction to losing her oxygen tube.
Can we turn that oxygen off?
I'm on oxygen 24 hours a day.
But if your oxygen saturation is better than mine, why do you need to have oxygen?
According to Now, this issue is completely in her head and she's playing the victim and her family is enabling her. Dr. Now.
Oh, wow. So she didn't even need the oxygen. Like, I'm wondering at someone who's 500 pounds if she really is bedridden at this point. Like, I was even thinking that before I saw this. Like, 500 pounds should not keep you bedridden. You should still be able to get up and do a few things. I know it's going to be difficult, it's going to hurt, but I can get up and I can go for a mile-long walk right now at my size. So why can't she even just get up out of the bed? She's used to her husband really really taking care of her and giving her everything that she wants. She's playing the victim by using oxygen she doesn't even need. So she's really playing it up right now. So this is really going to get... I've never seen Penny's story before, so I don't know what to expect. But this is going to get interesting.
Now doesn't directly address this with Penny, but he does say that she needs to lose 25 to 50 pounds before she's ready for the surgery.
Penny got a lot of issues. Some of them are real, some of them are imaginary. We're going to keep Penny under observation and a strict diet. Being in hospital, she should easily be able to lose 25 to 50 pounds.
I mean, that's interesting for Dr. Now to meet her immediately and know that she has several imaginary problems, right? So he's able to put the tests on her and put her through the gamut and say, okay, here's what's going on, but a lot of the stuff you're saying is going on is not real. You don't need oxygen. You're probably not even bedridden at this point.
1 month later, Penny has followed the diet religiously and appears to be in good spirits. She's already lost a staggering 40 pounds, and she says that she's already noticed a difference in her body.
I definitely can feel the difference when I start losing weight.
Penny done very well. She lost 40 pounds in heroin. We're going to see how the thing will go with the first operation.
Doctor.
I mean, that's really great to lose 40 pounds and to qualify for surgery. It looks like she's getting surgery here. You could definitely tell a big difference in losing a little bit of weight at that size. I mean, if you're over 600 pounds, you're like, oh, I got 400 pounds to lose just to get down to a normal weight. That's a lot of work. It's like, no, you don't have to think about the major end time goal. That's going to be a lot of work, yes. But think about the first 20, 30, 40 pounds you're going to lose. That's going to be taken off of your frame. It's going to be easier to walk. You're going to not be in as much pain. You're going to feel amazing just taking a little bit of weight off.
Now agrees, and a short while later, Penny officially undergoes weight loss surgery. After a successful operation, Dr. Now informs Penny and the family that they're not out of the woods yet.
She still has a lot of issues, but now she's proven she can lose weight. She needs to be able to walk, so the surgery is going to be next step.
The next stop will be to get her back on her feet and walking.
So do you have any plan to walk? No?
If she doesn't get up and walk, she's not going to be able to maintain weight loss.
Penny remains in the
I mean, yeah, that's one of the things that they make you do right after surgery. Not immediately, but within a few hours after surgery. For me, they wheeled me out of the ICU and to my room, and I had to get up out of the bed and walk over to my other bed, and it was really painful because of my size, my belly was hanging down and it was pulling on all the incisions. So that was the most painful part of it, just walking around. And that's why I ended up staying in the hospital 3 extra days, because that pain was just horrible. But yeah, they're going to make you get up and walk around because the threat of blood clots, if you don't, is higher right after surgery.
Hospital, but refuses to even attempt walking.
This is Liam and I's room. It's only a 1-bedroom. I get the bottom bunk.
This is the kitchen. This is what I like to drink.
When she comes home, I'm going to have to change my diet and start getting things right.
Ed, meanwhile, has rented an apartment down in Houston so he and Liam can stay near the hospital.
I mean, that's an interesting point to think of, too. It's like, all right, Penny is in the hospital for over a month. She's getting surgery. She's being taken care of. So what's the husband and son going to do? Like, they have to get their own separate apartment. Like, that is another burden that's on top of them, and the financial burden that comes along with it. Like, they still have a house they're paying for back home, but now they also have to rent an apartment, and they have to be down in Houston for a year. I mean, those are all kinds of different complications that come with being obese, that the burden that you're placing on other people that love you and want to take care of you. I mean, if you're going to get weight loss surgery, Dr. Now says you need somebody to move into Houston with you, and that for at least a year. Okay, so you don't have to go to Houston to get weight loss surgery, but you're still going to need somebody to help take care of you and watch over you right after surgery.
It should go without saying, but this shows how excited Ed and Liam are to get Penny back in their lives.
Why am I on a soft diet? That's the orders that he needs to get his poop in a group, or else I'm gonna order something. This is so stupid.
Fast forward another month and it's more of the same. Despite living in the hospital full-time, Penny
You're going to order something? You're on a soft food diet, chick. Like, you're right out of surgery. You're on soft foods. It's like, you're not ordering nothing at that point. How can you be that hungry? I was not that hungry right after surgery.
is still clocking in at 490 pounds, and the lack of progress is clearly frustrating her.
I'm very concerned
I mean, she's in the hospital and she's having a lack of progress. I mean, she's having her husband. Somebody is bringing food to her. It's not the hospital.
about Penny's behavior. She's not losing weight anymore. Penny must have somebody sneaking her food. She figured out how to manipulate the system. Penny not really making the changes that we wanted to make.
I mean, that's scary and sad and dangerous at the same time. It's like, why are you sneaking food in as you're recovering after weight loss surgery? You should not be that hungry. You should eat a few bites and be full. Like, when I was in the hospital, like, I had a few bites of liquidy mashed potatoes and I was stuffed. Like, how can you order food at that point?
Psychologically and cooperate and become a person that wants to get well. I'm concerned that Penny convinced herself that she's permanently disabled.
Much like the lack of oxygen from earlier, it appears as though Penny's body is acting a certain way because Penny's mind has decided that any other outcome is impossible.
I can't believe I'm finally getting to go home.
At the start of month 4, Penny is still stuck in neutral, so
I mean, I'm in month 4 right now, and I've lost a lot of weight. I've lost over 70 pounds in 4 months. I'm able to walk around and cook for myself and clean for myself, and I'm at the size Penny is right now. I might be lighter than her. I don't remember what they said that she weighed. I'm closer to 499 now. I'm really getting there, but yeah, at the same time, like, I don't understand how you're not losing weight right after surgery. Like, that seems impossible to me. How you're even able to eat food, like, you are risking killing yourself. How Dr. Now sent her home at this point when she clearly proves that she cannot handle it and she's not losing weight is ridiculous.
Doctor now decides that it's time to send her home.
I didn't expect to be cordoned off like I was in a cage, but I wouldn't have the peace in front of the TV.
Ed and Liam are understandably thrilled about this, but Penny's attitude has not changed at all. The second she's dropped off, she complains about her location in the house and demands Ed to move her around. It's safe to assume that Penny didn't religiously follow the diet or exercise guidelines during her first month back at home.
Today was my first day with Penny. I've worked with quite a few bariatric patients. I can't say that I worked with someone of her size.
Dr. Now draws a similar conclusion and brings a physical therapist named Mike into the mix.
Physically, I'm just not able to get up. I just can't do it. I just know my limitations.
The first thing he does
No, you're imagining your limitations. I mean, at almost 700 pounds, I could still get up and use the bathroom, like I was saying. She weighs a lot less, and she just has it in her mind stuck that she can't do anything, that she is permanently disabled, and she's not. I mean, if she's permanently disabled, why get the surgery, right? Like, that's part of losing the weight is so that you can become more mobile. So I really doubt that she's that disabled at this point.
does is ask her to sit up, and Penny says that she can't even do that because she knows her limitations and she knows what's best for herself.
There's always some excuse. I'm not so sure she's going to push herself all the way, so she's going to require someone to kind of give her a kick in the bottom.
He knows that she's capable of more, and he wants to find out how to properly motivate her to reach her potential.
Yeah, this is Dr. Osaka. You haven't been able to come to office because you can't get to the wheelchair and all those things, right? How about we get you to go to a hospital so we can check out everything and see what's going on with that?
I mean, yeah, she shouldn't have left the hospital to begin with. I mean, she's just completely off the rails right now.
This shouldn't come as a surprise to anyone, but Penny continues to miss checkups entering month 7 and has not made any sort of physical progress in weight loss journey. Dr. Now isn't going to give up that easily though, so he calls an ambulance to bring in Penny for a weigh-in.
I have spent the last 6 months giving it all I have to lose weight and have been successful in losing weight. I should be in the neighborhood of having lost about 340 pounds.
This is the part that really
I think I saw this clip, though, saying, oh, I should have lost 340 pounds by now. Like, she's just completely deluded herself. That she's trying, that she's losing weight, that she's doing good.
shocked me. This check-in shows that Penny truly believed that she was getting closer to her ideal body and was doing everything in her power to achieve that goal. She thinks she's lost 340 pounds in total, which would have her weigh in at 190 pounds. Oh, honey.
Yeah, right. How could you even look down at yourself and think, oh, I'm 190 pounds. I'm doing good right now. Like, How far gone is she right now?
Very good. I just need to hold on to the front.
The doctor hooks her up to the scale, and lo and behold, she now weighs 495 pounds.
I feel
she gained weight 4 or 5 months now after surgery. Like, I could not imagine. I could not imagine being there.
that the scales were wrong in the beginning and that I weighed more than what that was.
That's right, she put on 5 pounds since her weight loss surgery. This is a genuine shock, real tears, and she jumps straight to denial.
It's the scales. They were wrong. They said you weighed more than you thought you did, because now that you show that you gained weight, you're like, there's just no way. Like, seriously?
And says that the scales must have been wrong the first time.
I think that day in the hospital was harder than the day I left Maryland, and it's made me think about things a little differently. Bad news is we're having this all for dinner tomorrow, guys.
Lo and behold, that weight appears to have had an actual impact on Penny and Ed's efforts, because they're actually eating healthy. This is the first time I can actually recall one of them eating an actual type of fruit or vegetable outside of the hospital.
One of my goals is to go to Liam's kindergarten graduation. I want to be the mother for Liam that I've always dreamed of.
Penny desperately wants to be there for Liam's kindergarten graduation, and that's only 2 months away. Unfortunately, she couldn't do it.
It's hard because I had to be leaving to go.
She could have done it. She could have done it. Like at that point, she's just so caught up in her own manipulation and lies, thinking that she's permanently disabled, that she intentionally missed her son's graduation. Intentionally missed it, so that she could keep perpetuating her lie. That just makes me sick right there.
Go see the award ceremony, and I'll be here.
But she's still doing physical therapy.
You hold my under this arm, like just that's what that's what I need. That's all they're doing when I'm doing therapy.
It's officially been a year, and after missing even more appointments, Dr. Now physically brings Penny in for one last appointment. To Penny's surprise, she hasn't lost any weight and remains firmly at—
Yeah, a year later, like, this chick she's lost. She's a lost cause at this point.
495 pounds.
I don't have it in me to go any further, so my mind is just tired.
She truly believes that she's done the best she could, and the couple decides to go back to Maryland.
Even if I'm not successful in the world's eyes, the fact that I did all of this so far, I don't ever have to be an ideal weight in Liam's eyes, because he's seen what I'm willing to do for him.
So, now that we've revisited Penny's story all these years later, is it fair to call her manipulative? Manipulation implies malice, and I don't think Penny ever truly does that.
Your son is willing to see what your son is seeing what you're willing to do, but you were willing to do nothing. You did absolutely nothing. You wasted an entire year of your family's life down in Houston, getting surgery, being in the hospital, all the financial burden that comes with all that, and you did nothing. You did nothing with it. I cannot believe people like this exist right now. I mean, it's sad. Anyways, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about Penny, what you think about this video here. And I'm going to let you guys go, and hope you have a great one. God bless you.